Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Brickfilms monthly recap.
We're your hosts, the Brickfilm Bros, and in this podcast, we will be discussing everything that happened on Brickfilms.com in the month of July.
That means all the most notable contests, events, and Brickfilms will be discussed in this episode.
Also, at the end of the video, we will be picking a random Brickfilm from July and be reacting to it, so stay tuned for that.
Since it's been pretty slow on Brickfilms.com recently, we've also added a segment where we discuss one of the Brickfilms of the week discussions that we have on the site.
In our first segment, we'll be talking all about the contests and events on Brickfilms.com in the past month. So let's start with the Summer Contest Part 1, which was animate a villain entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the summer contests in general because they're it's usually 3 parts and they're kind of like bigger than challenges but smaller than contests.
Yeah, I really like how they give you a chance to win a bigger set, but you don't have to do as much. You don't have to put in as much work as like a really large contest.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of really cool brick films in the summer contest part 1 already.
I mean, it's ended, so you can't actually enter it anymore.
Has judging been finished yet?
Summer Contest Part 1 is not open for entry anymore, but we're not releasing the results until after all of the summer contests are ended.
But the second summer contest is open now, right?
Yes. So we, as of posting time for this video, there will be 3 or 4 days left to enter the summer contest part 2, and this one is about about filming the best shot possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might enter that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're still working on Call of Cthulhu, but if we finish a shot in the time frame of the contest, we'll just enter that shot in.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're trying our hardest to make this our best brick film ever.
Yep. Hopefully it will turn out really good, and I have high hopes for this scene that we're filming soon. So, do you have anything else about Summer Contest?
No. Do we know what number Summer Contest Part 3 is going to be?
No,
about?
It hasn't been announced yet, so
okay.
We're still in the dark about that.
Yeah, so there haven't been many contests at all or challenges. Mm-hmm. Has there been any challenges last month?
No, there hasn't.
No challenges.
There might have been, but I did not write them down.
Okay, well, since that's all we have to talk about contests, let's move on to our discussion. So this is based on our favorite Brickfilms.com weekly discussion. And it is Brickfilms without minifigures.
Mm-hmm. So you don't see this very often, at least anymore. I think when Brickfilming first started, there weren't really minifigures, or there weren't an abundance of minifigures, so you saw more Brickfilms without them. But now there are just so many, and it's like the easiest way to portray like a human character in Lego. You don't see these very often recently.
Yeah, now that there have been so many minifigures made with so many different printings on the faces and for bodies and legs, like it used to be you had to build a figure yourself to make it like really custom, and now there's just so many Lego pieces for building minifigures. Like anything, you can really build any character that you want to. So.
Yeah, I do want to shout out some of my favorites, though. I really like The Little Guys by Paganomations. Mm-hmm. This has been a fan favorite for years. I think it was made in the early 2010s, and these have pretty large brick-built figures that are that are larger than it's larger than Miniland scale, but smaller than like real like sculpture Legoed. Sculptured Lego. Yeah.
I would love to try animating like that, but it just takes so many pieces. Like it would be really difficult to make all the sets and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does seem like it would take a lot of pieces to make.
Mm-hmm. Last month, one of the soccer brick films we talked about was actually using. It wasn't. I don't think it was quite as big as Paganomations.
No, it was a little bit smaller.
I really liked that brick film, and I've seen other in that series. It was like a studio made a series of sports related brick films, and all of them use that size of minifigures, and they're all really cool.
Yeah.
And then the first brick film actually didn't use any minifigures because it was before minifigures were a thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Trip to the Moon was made in
85 or something.
I think it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So if there were minifigures, there were not very. It was like just a basic face and head, it was just the basic face and the colors for bodies. So
Yeah, there was definitely a lot less variety and a lot less you could do with minifigures back then.
So I think it's even more impressive to see people try to make brick films without minifigures now than it used to be, because now there's so many minifigures. It's a very easy thing to just use them, and when you're not using them, you're basically giving up. You're giving up what was intended to use to represent like people.
Yeah.
So it makes room for a lot more creativity, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. I haven't ever tried to make a brick film completely out with without minifigures recently, but it does seem very hard to animate it without like gluing the pieces together. Like with our Cthulhu figure, we did glue the pieces together so that we could animate it, because if we didn't, the pieces would just fall off the hands and feet and everything. So that is one thing that does make it a lot more difficult to animate. And minifigures have just become so culturally like this. Like it's you look at a minifigure and it makes you think of a human, even though it's not at all like one, and it's a lot harder to make one out of bricks, that like a figure that looks like the right proportions, so that it actually like sells what it is.
Yeah, and also it's less recognizable as a brick film when you don't have minifigures, since that is basically the symbol of Lego. In our second segment, we will be discussing our two favorite brick films each from July. So what was your second favorite brick film from July?
This brick film was called Near Shave Me Hearties by 2x4 Productions. I really liked this because it seemed very classic in like the feeling, because it was using all like old minifigure heads from pirate sets, and it wasn't using any complicated printed bricks or anything. So I really liked how classic it felt.
Yeah, it used. I've always liked the like old pirate faces, especially. They it was kind of this stepping stone between like the basic Lego face that's just a smiley face emoji basically, and what we have now, which is like it's pretty much like just a cartoonish human face. And I like how unique they look, because they don't look like a normal person, like a normal cartoon face. They look like old Lego faces, but with more variety.
Yeah, and these ones just look very they all fit together very well, because they're all the normal minifigure smile with just facial hair or like an eye patch and everything. So I think this makes it a lot like makes all the vibes fit together really well.
I don't really understand why, but I also just think this era of Lego faces makes it much more humorous. All of the jokes really land a lot better, I think, than if they were using like modern Lego minifigure faces, even if they were yellow.
Yeah, the faces just look more like goofy. Like they don't look very realistic. I mean, the new ones don't look realistic either, but these ones were more on the like cartoon side than the new ones.
Yeah. There was a lot of really cool like mocks in this. Because there was two different pirate ships, and there was an entire castle that were all built by the creator.
Yeah, they had some really big sets on there, though. They looked really good too. The one flaw about this brick film was I think the camera quality was kind of lacking, uh, because it was really grainy in some shots, and some of the close-ups were like you couldn't really tell what it was because it was so grainy. But this and the animation wasn't smooth, but I think it felt it. The choppy animation led to it being like more of a classic feel, so I think this actually made it better than if it was smoother animation.
Yeah, I wonder if the grainy camera was actually a creative choice by the creator because, like they are using old-fashioned minifigures and like as far as I remember, like very minimal printed bricks.
Hmm.
So it might have just been they wanted more of like a classic style to it.
Yeah, that could be. So what was your second favorite brick film from this month?
My second favorite was Johnny Thunder and the Terracotta Tomb by Starbrick Studios.
Did you write down terracotta? Terra?
Yes,
Well, that's not what it's called.
really.
It's called Johnny Thunder and the Terracotta Tomb.
Oh, oops. Well, Terracotta Tomb. I guess that's a little pun that I missed. But this
I
was
also missed it too. For
You
the
missed
first
it?
time I saw it, the first time I wrote it down, I wrote Terracotta Tomb.
the yeah this Brickfilm was made for Brawl. So it was made in 1 week, which is really fast for the amount of like just amazing shots in this Brickfilm. There's these two stone dragons at the very start that are really well built, and then there's the whole the whole like like cavern that they fall into,
Yeah.
like the part in the Lego movie where
Mhm.
Emmett is falling down the hole and like on the spikes and stuff.
Yeah.
They did a shot like that, except it was just like a normal hole with like twists and turns, and it looked like it took a lot of pieces.
Mhm.
So I'm surprised that Starbrick Studios was able to do all of this in a single week.
Yeah, it was very impressive, and also the terracotta army was really cool.
Mhm.
I really liked the minifigures they used. I think they were custom, but
Yeah.
I really liked them.
He must have had them on hand because I doubt he would be able to get a bunch of minifigures in time to film it in like because we've
I guess like with Amazon, like same day shipping and stuff like that,
True.
that would probably help.
yeah I think the sound effects were also really awesome in this brick film. The especially like kind of like clay on or like pottery sounds
Mhm.
that the terracotta soldiers made when they moved was very fitting, and it made it seem like it was actually made of clay and not like plastic like a minifigure.
Yeah. This made it. The sound effects were definitely one of the high points of this brick film.
So that's all I have about this brick film. But what was your favorite brick film from July?
So mine was Osteonemesis by Joko. This was posted in the very beginning of this month, and this one is really, really funny.
Mhm.
I actually haven't seen very many funny brick films recently, and this was very fresh to see because there are only a few brick films that I've watched that have actually made me laugh aloud, and this is one of them.
Mhm.
So one of the best things about this was just like the graphic cards on it. I really like
Yeah.
those, like how they were kind of retro style and like popped out at you and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
Um,
whole thing was made to look like an ad up until the point where they went to a graveyard where it seemed like
Mhm.
they were trying to make like a Mr. Beast parody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. Joko has made quite a few just zany comedies that
Mhm.
I've really liked. Um, I think that the part where they get the guy out of the grave was really funny because they used paper and they
Mhm.
drew a minifigure face onto it to make it look like it was like disintegrating, and it
Mhm.
looked really really good.
Yeah. I think the comedy aspect of this brick film is some of the best that I've ever seen, and the animation also fits it really well because it's like fast and like a lower frame rate than or I it's like pretty fast and choppy, so
Mm-hmm.
it really lends to like the cartoonish aspect of this one, and it's like it's supposed to be like a advertisement for um a, a thing called osteonemesis, which is like putting an enemy into your bones. Uh, kind of a weird idea, but I think they pull it off really well, and it was just very entertaining overall.
Mm-hmm.
I also really liked like you said, the part at the graveyard. I really liked how they used real dirt for that and
Mm-hmm.
animated with the real dirt. It's really cool to see when people use things outside of Lego and it actually turns out to look really good.
Yeah.
So that's all I have about this brick film. So do you want to head on to our next segment?
Well, I haven't talked about my last big film,
Yeah. Oops.
which is Icarus 6 by Coley, and this one was also made by Brawl, and it was it was very interesting. It was like a sci-fi brick film, where a guy was going out into space, and I think the quality of like the animation was pretty mid, but the actual tracking of the guy floating through space I thought was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked how they did like I think it was probably green screen, but you couldn't really see the green at all. It was really like clean and sharp green screen.
Yeah, the the beginning when there wasn't music, there was like points where there was like absolutely zero noise, and it kind of threw me off because like it would have like the radio like noise, and then it would just be nothing at all,
Hmm.
and then it would have the noise again, and that was kind of I think if I were making this, I would have put in just some very quiet background noise to fill the
Yeah.
gaps.
Hmm. Yeah, I also think when the song starts in the middle, it jolted me a little bit. Like
Yeah.
it was really loud compared to how quiet it was right before it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the laser, like the laser beam that takes out the human ship was it reminded me of like the old like low budget CGI lasers
Hmm.
that you see in like 70s movies, where it's just like it like shoots out from the ship, like engulfs the enemy ship, and just like disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall, I think this was really cool brick film though.
Hmm.
Uh, it definitely got the point across
Yeah.
about aliens killing humans.
Well, now that we've done all of our brick films from July, let's head on to our next segment.
In this segment, we will be spinning a wheel to react to a random brick film from July. So, Jameson, do you want to spin the wheel?
Sure. I think this is my first time in all 11 episodes I've ever spun the wheel, so
All right.
let's get a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Let's see who won. It is.
Three Warriors, low quality.
I don't know
Low
about this one.
quality.
Let's see.
Seems like they're condemning themselves.
Yeah. So this is a brick film by Blocks D Gamer. It's this guy has just started out, so I don't expect this to be the best brick film I've ever seen. Honestly, it's not actually too bad.
Yeah, the light flicker, there's a lot of it in like the background, but not a lot on the actual set.
Mm. Yeah, the set moving around is a little bit severe, but
Hmm.
overall, I think not the worst beginning brick film I've ever seen by any means.
Yeah, I think some tips for some of the problems with that brick film is use sticky tack or some kind of tape to secure your set to the floor so it doesn't move at all. Maybe zoom in or move the camera forward so you don't see at least as much of the area that isn't the set.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was good animation though.
Yeah, definitely. The animation would not be the first thing I would improve about that, but yeah. So I think we'll spin. Should we spin the wheel again for hope for a little longer of a brick film this time?
Yeah.
Western. Oh, I think I've seen this one. This one's really short, but it is really, really cool. So this is a brick film by someone named BA Studios. I don't actually think I've heard of them before this, but this is one of the entries into the second summer contest. So let's go ahead and watch.
That's impressive animation in sand too. Like
Yeah, it's like it looks like real sand, and wow, yeah. I think this one is really cool. I think so far this probably deserves to win in Summer Contest Part 2.
We'll see if we can do anything about that.
Yeah. Thank you for watching episode 11 of the Brickfilms Monthly Recap. If you are looking forward to future episodes, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
Also, leave a comment on what your favorite brick film that we talked about was. And we'll see you on the next episode of Brickfilms Monthly Recap.